Pelicans in a fine Western Conference battle at the New Orleans Arena. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports.
Boys, nice night.
Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. The Nuggets will kick off their road trip right here.
And guys, one of the approaches when you're starting a short road trip like this is guys want to come right out of the box with focus, game in hand, and not think about the next one. Get as many wins as you can on the road. It's so important.
It really is, and they want this one tonight, guys. I mean, I'm sure of that. When you're only on the road for a few games, you want to make sure you get something done out there and don't go home empty-handed.
Ben Simmons, such a force when catching the ball, moving at the rim. But you know, Clark, he can get there on his own just as well.
Yeah, he's got a great knack for being able to get where he wants to with the ball. His size and strength and agility certainly help him. And he understands angles. This guy is just a jump shot away from being virtually unguardable, in my opinion.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
Boy, the quickness by Simmons, breathtaking. So good at blowing by whoever's trying to stay in front of him.
Inside. Love. And that's in. Nice feet on the play.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Good work there as it goes. Simmons got 6 points.
Boy, what skill from Simmons. I mean, so adept at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
Bellinelli for 3. Good D by Lee. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That's his first foul. New Orleans has come out of the gates quickly. And it's Simmons penetrating. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. 8 points for him.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Now here's Barnes. The second effort. And Simmons with the lay-in.
Boy, I tell you, how about the passion of Simmons? Just sticking with it on the glass.
Conley surveying the D. Back to Gasol. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
I think they got to get it going. A 1-for-5 start, not what they wanted.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. That's going to send Wendell Carter to the line. Michael Conley picks one up. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, I agree with you. A big run taking place right now, and it looks to be the beginning of the end.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
We know star power is critical, Clark, but when you look at the great bench players, what distinguishes them in your estimation?
A couple of things, Kevin, when you talk about outstanding role players. One is not only do they accept their role, they embrace it. They thrive in it. They really relish it. It could be impacting the game defensively or impacting it with energy and offensive rebounding. Sometimes it's a designated scorer who comes off the bench to just inject offense. Lou Williams as a sixth man.
Sure.
Vinnie Johnson when he was with the Pistons. I mean, there are a number of guys. John Havlicek, his great Hall of Fame career was pretty much started as a sixth man. So a number, Kevin McHale and so forth. You can go down the list, but they impact the outcome with some aspect or aspects of their game, which is awesome to see.
And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury. Boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall. But he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
Now Simmons following the three-point attempt by Kevin Love. Pass to Simmons. Offensive rebound. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. 9 points for Bojan Bogdanovich.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And here is Conley after Bojan Bogdanovich getting his shot to go from deep. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee.
You know, that's not how you distribute the ball. It needs to be more focused when making passes like that.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Bojan Bogdanovich with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he's on fire from beyond the arc there. It's time to start shaping their game plan around stopping this long-range assault.
It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
And this will be an important possession. It's really essential they put a stop to this run, and the best way to do it is by great execution.
Now here's Lynn. Good D by Bogdanovich.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
And it's Carter missing. And so here's Denver. Left side, Lynn. Baseline try. Bucket is good.
And Lynn's jumper is money. Got to throw him off balance if you're the defense. When you don't, he cashes in.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans riding high with a 23-point lead heading into. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Pelicans here, guys.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Stevenson drives in. Pass to Grant. Here's Johnson. Sabonis with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And slam dunk by Henson.
Yeah, and Henson is an athletic big guy who knows how to punch it home. John Henson, drafted out of North Carolina, only weighed 215 pounds as a rookie. He's still lean and slender, but has added enough muscle to hold his own inside.
There's Lynn with the three. Hits the three-point bomb. Lynn's got 5 points so far. Pass to Johnson. Down low. Here's Henson. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Henson's got 5 points in the quarter. And at 6'11", some people had Henson listed as a power forward.
Well, you know, in today's game, he's almost exclusively a center. His mobility helps. He's a shot blocker who's comfortable scoring around the basket. The 5 spot is where he's most effective, I think.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. From outside the arc, here's Stevenson. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Collins.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Pass to Sabonis. But they get it back. Back to Johnson. And another shot. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Here's Henson. To the inside. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Greg, you've often heard it said that sometimes it boils down to who wants it, but who wants it is also tied to putting yourself in position to go get it.
Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. Collins grabs the miss.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Some changes for New Orleans.
And, you know, last year the Denver Nuggets were dominant from behind the arc. I mean, 6th in the league in three-pointers made, 7th in three-point percentage.
Here's Lynn. Simmons pulls it in.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
You had a terrific amateur career. You made NBA all-rookie first team. Can't exactly call you a late bloomer at all. You were really thriving.
Yeah, I had a lot of great people around me, Kevin, from the time I started playing in middle school to high school, college, the pros. Actually was fortunate Herb Williams, a teammate of mine in college at Ohio State, was also with the Pacers when I got there. So that helped my transition immensely to have a friend, veteran guy in the league. He had been there a year before me, break me in, and then I had an opportunity to play a lot and show what I could do, but I attribute it to good fortune, favor, and a lot of good people.
Back to Bertans. A three-pointer, no good. Now here's Simmons. 13 points in the game. .141 left in the first half. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, the athleticism that Simmons has is downright scary. I mean, remarkable, the talent this man has, and the potential, I think, to be a multi-time All-Star.
Outside Conley. Outside for Gasol. And again, Denver, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant. Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
Here's Simmons. He's got 15. And he uses the glass on the layup. Simmons got 7 now in this quarter.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
A nice shot by Gasol.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Pelicans have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Here's Bellinelli. And here is Conley. Banked in off the glass.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the lip.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for New Orleans. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway.
That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Lee's got the first field goal of the second half for the Pelicans.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's foul number 2 for him. That first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, a consistent 3-and-D veteran.
And, you know, more of a journeyman's career, but I'll tell you what, he's a winner and competes, does those little things, and, boy, he makes some big shots.
Joe Johnston on the wing. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And you know what? At 6'10", dunking is low stress for Sabonis. Solid at getting himself inside for these throwdowns.
The Nuggets moving the ball around. Out to Conley. Back to Gasol. And the foul on John Henson. That's his first foul. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. A nice shot by Gasol.
And, you know, Gasol is really superb at scoring over the defense inside. Now, it's not just his height and length, but I think it's his girth, too. He knows how to use every part of his body in close.
Pass to Stevenson. O'Neal comes with the double team. Gasol with the steal.
Yeah, another turnover, but guys, on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
Back to Conley. 4 on the clock. Here's Bellinelli. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
And, you know, sometimes it seems like Bellinelli shoots it better when he's closely guarded. Maybe it forces him to be sharper.
Grant with the ball. Conley picks him up. Johnson left side. And stolen by Love. To the paint. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Pass to Henson. 6 to shoot. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. And Marc Gasol, a force on both ends of the floor. You forget, Greg, that he's won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, Gasol doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks, but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Nuggets. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Pass to Sabonis. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Mark, an interesting aspect of the one-and-done controversy. Increasingly, these guys are being asked to take on a big role in the NBA right away.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I'm all for guys that have the unique ability and opportunity to play pro basketball out of high school or after 1 or 2 years of college. I would love to see college kids hang around for 2 or 3 years, but that's not realistic for the supremely gifted. But it does put pressure on your teams if you're expecting these young guys to come in and impact winning right away. It takes a little time, in most cases, for even really highly talented players to become winning NBA players.
Pass to Henson. Johnson outside.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
And hard to believe that Joe Johnson first broke into the NBA way back in 2001. My goodness, Mark, how time flies.
Yeah, it really does race by, Kevin. And a credit to Joe to play at the level he's played at for so long. A reserve guy currently, but once one of the best ISO players in the game. We can still go back to the future and show us some of that outstanding game every now and then.
To the paint. Here's Gasol. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Simmons. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And Jeremy Lin, a fan favorite in the league, partly due to that month of Linsanity when he burst on the scene.
We love underdogs, Kevin, all of us. Fans from across the world love an underdog, and that's part of what Lin was back in action after that tough knee injury that forced him to miss 2018. Looking for good things from Jeremy Lin.
Pass to Bogdanovic. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Bogdanovic has got 17.
And Bogdanovic knows how to get dialed in quickly. Doesn't force anything, just plays his own game. Comfortable in his own skin.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
It's Bogdanovic on the wing. And they pick up 2. Bogdanovic has got 19 points.
And you let Bogdanovic just catch and shoot like that, he'll make more than he misses of those.
Now Lin, 5 points in the game. 4 on the clock. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
To the middle. Here's Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance.
Yeah, that was a sweet pass right there, setting up his teammate nicely, and that's really how you move the rock. Share that sugar, man. Share it.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always, and having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so it's New Orleans with it. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. The shot's good from Henson.
Henson very skilled down low. At almost 7 feet tall, the defense cannot allow him to get deep position.
And the shot goes in. That's 10 points for Lynn. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. To the middle. Stolen by Collins. 1 second left. And there's the nice layup by Lynn. Lynn's got 12 points in the game. And so it's New Orleans. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And Simmons has got the ball here for New Orleans. Pass to Henson. In the recent CBA, there have been a lot of provisions put in there for retired players. Health insurance, increase in pensions, Clark, reimbursement for tuition. What do you think of these changes?
Love them, Kevin. Absolutely love them. And again, credit to the league and to the Players Association for thinking outside the box, reaching back to benefit some of the former players that are actually in need of these benefits and deserving of them. Come on now. Those guys paved the way in many ways for what we see of the league now. And most players appreciate and recognize that, and for it to be tangibly recognized and rewarded is great to see. I love it.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
And slam dunk by Henson.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Here's Lynn. And that one hits back iron. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Simmons is running.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls. And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
The second half, they haven't taken care of the basketball. Simply put, more turnovers now that could hurt them later.
And stolen by Barnes. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Bogdanovich has got 21. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for New Orleans.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Here's Simmons. Shot clock at 5. And they're able to recover. Henson's shot is off. Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. Pass to Bertans. Back to Lynn. Wide open look. The Nuggets with another miss.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Clark, if you were a general manager, and I think you'd make an outstanding one, during the pre-draft process in particular, a player has declined to work out for you. Would you still consider drafting?
Yeah, I would consider it. And again, there would be some extenuating circumstances. Why has he declined? What have we seen? Obviously, I'm hopeful that my scouting staff has taken a look at him, and I've seen the kid up close and in person and done my due diligence, so I've got a comfort level with who he is and what he can become. But I don't think the declining of a workout is enough reason to just dismiss a prospect that you like. Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Lee gets the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team. There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Barnes, right side. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Man, it's nice watching Barnes. I like seeing him convert through contact. That, to me, demonstrates how strong he is on these finishes.
Stolen by Carter. Grant with the ball. Shoots it up. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Yeah, it looks too easy for him. Almost looks too easy for him, I should say, Greg. I mean, their chemistry really, really at a high level.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
Pass to Grant. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That's his first foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is health. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pelicans.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Ben Simmons.
He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than just his scoring. How about the fact that he got a triple-double? And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second-chance opportunities.
And Greg, cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh, man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
And Denver has possession, so we see New Orleans taking the W here. They poured it on tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps. And the